fucking Christ. Welcome back to the Nerdcore Live Show 139. As always, on a wonderful Saturday night here to talk to you all. It's Larry Chicano here to host show along with my wonderful co-host. No one, but I got my ho-host, and that's a better position than the co-host.
Ho-host! Ho-host! Man. All right. It's just me. I'm sorry, y'all.
My co-host is at a wedding all weekend. And I said I will not do the show unless there's one person I can do it with. And Gio is down for it. So, we're here. We're live for it. We're live with you all. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. And yeah, I mean, just how are you doing, Gio?
I'm good. I'm still a little bit feeling like I could have. You know how like you think a fight's about to come up, or you itching for a fight, and the fight don't happen.
Yeah.
And you still got a little bit of adrenaline left. It's been about 8 hours. I still got a little bit of adrenaline left. I've been holding back. I'm ready.
They left you a half mass, huh?
Not half mass. We ain't talking sex. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm talking about a fight.
You're talking about a fight, bro.
I was seeking. I wanted my pound of flesh.
Yeah, man. They said the age. They said the age of heroes wouldn't come, but it had to come again. Oh man, yeah. I'm doing all right. So for anybody who doesn't follow me on Twitter and anybody who doesn't interact with me, I got my first dose of the COVID vaccine yesterday. Yes, thank you. So yesterday I was really tired, like just exhausted from my body. I could not do the live show. And my arm was sore, so I got that one right. Today in the afternoon, like around like 1-ish, I think, I started getting like nauseous, really like nauseous, and that was going on. Plus the arm still hurting. So we're still kicking it here, but I got my first dose, and I'm ready for next month to get my second dose, and that means that in May I will have a safe production, because I'll be vaccinated completely. But yeah, that's why I've been a little bit absent. Either way, I'm not sure if anybody was down to do live show yesterday. But yeah, it's all right, man. We're here today. We got quite the show today for you all. We're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier season premiere. And yeah, that's kind of all we got for today. It's going to be a shorter show today. 30 to like 40 minutes. We'll see what we go to. But yeah, I just not gonna lie, guys, it's been feeling pretty good just chilling this whole week and not having to worry about recording stuff because the schedule fucked up. We got our schedules real fucked. But I get to be here at least today. What, Gio?
Yeah. I mean, my week was different. Well, it was different in the same. It was no classes, but I had work every day. So I worked Monday through Thursday, and actually, because it's spring break. 2, my boss is nice, and 3, my coworker and I have like a strong force of personality. When we're excited about things, we ended up like co-DMing a D&D game in my job for some of our clients. And that was nice. A lot of fun. Like it was supposed to be maybe like a couple hours, and pretty much we like all spent time for like 12 to 5.
Hey, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Nothing else going on the week? Watch
Oh,
anything?
I got a bunch going on. I
Yeah,
was
well,
like,
tell us.
I
Tell us
give
all
you,
about it.
I give you the chapters. Hold on, let me wax poetic for about 10 minutes. No, okay. So yesterday was Friday. I guess I could be personal. I decided to drop a class, which isn't great, but like I think letting it go, like one thing that like made like the difficulties of last semester for me was that like I didn't want to let the shit go. And so like by me not wanting to let one go, I ended up like dragging other classes with that class. And this time I'm like, hopefully if I cut off the arm, like if I cut off the limb that's poisoned, hopefully I can say I hopefully I've cut it enough before it's the gangrene has spread. Um I just been watching shit, man. And like I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm 10 episodes in, and that's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. Great animation. Mappa really knows what they're doing. Um, I want to do other. I want to watch other stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'm really enjoying this a lot. And just
Nice.
spending time with our friends, laughing about stuff, learning about new memes. Uh,
Isn't the
um,
Switch 299? No, it's 300.
what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by
What do
that?
you mean by
Yeah.
that?
So yeah, I mean, this week has been pretty eventful. I mean, at least like I said, I had Luis here. We did some shooting, so we got some pictures done. I'm always happy to find time to get out of my creative ruts and go out to shoot because that's something that I adore to do. And when I get the chance to do it, it just feels so damn right. And I watched a lot of stuff. Funny enough, watched some comedy specials. Um, I watched comedy specials. I watched Man of Steel because, of course, I did my little what's it called rewatch of Man of Steel, BVS Ultimate Edition, and and of course, leading up to the Snyder Cut. Hold on. Well, well, about time you dropped Anonymous Subject 101 from unlocatable, locatable university, undisclosed university.
Yeah, undisclosed
Stacy,
university.
come on,
Yeah.
Stacy, come on, undisclosed. Get the
You
name
know the
right.
lingo. You know the lingo. It's all
Lingo.
right.
Yep.
It's all right. It's been
Um,
that kind of week for some people.
Eddie Murphy Raw. I watched the black and white version of Parasite. Beautiful.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh, good.
Oof. Oh my god. Of course, Parasite is an incredible film. On every single rewatch, this would be rewatch number 3. It still holds up. It's 5 stars. It's incredible. I love that film. The black and white version, those contrasts are beautiful in those films. In the film, just how dark, like some of those, like how dark the blacks are, and how like really, no, man, come on. You know what I
No,
mean.
I don't want you to notice. It was supposed to be for the audience. Keep going.
You know what I mean. Um, and just how bright like those whites are, and just how just it just translates so
Yeah.
well into black and white. I loved Parasite black and white.
It still tickle that cinema part of your amygdala?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Of course, I watched the Snyder Cut. I watched Kong Skull Island. I watched. I rewatched probably my favorite DCAU film, Justice League War. Uh,
War.
War. Oh man, that phrasing. I know, Stacy. I know. I know. Um, yeah, Justice League War. I love specifically the moment in Justice League War where Green Lantern's like, peep the light show. Goes over to Dark Side. Dark Side hits him, hits a building, comes down. Parademons just start jumping on him, beating his ass. I love that moment, but yeah, that's I've been having a pretty good week of watching. Of course, for anybody what's it called who's interested, I do have to watch Antichrist today or tomorrow because I
Ooh.
will be doing the first Between the Frames episode on Monday live on twitch.tv/DNerdGigano at 1 o'clock central time. We'll be doing the first watch. We'll be doing the first episode Between the Frames. And then after the week after that, we'll do Melancholia. The week after that, we'll do Nymphomaniac, Volume 1 and Volume 2 together. So it's gonna be quite the week. But Yeah, man. I just been a lot of good watches. Jujutsu Kaisen though, how's that? Because I've heard some good things about Jujutsu Kaisen.
It's really good. Animation's great, story's great. It does that thing I like with like shonen that's coming out these days, where it's like you're expecting like a like
Oh, shonen.
like 6 7 episodes of like just like like the steady state world, but then like episode 4, like they're like, oh, you understand enough, we'll just keep teaching you the rest as you go along, and I'm just gonna have some like fuck shit happen about halfway through, like really early on. Like you think this was the initial premise? Surprise! Here it is. I was like, oh,
Oh yeah.
I love
Only
it.
thing I know about Jujutsu Kaisen is what Luis showed me of the fight back, fight back, fight back. So it was a video that Luis showed me that Kevin showed him, I think, or I can't remember. It was just like a bunch of dudes beating on someone, like fight back, bro, fight back, bro, fight back, fight back, fight back. And it's like, how is he supposed to fight back? There's like 2, 3, 4 people beating on his ass, bro. How is he supposed to fight back? But yeah, I just I've been what's it called, just watching all that stuff, and man, I mean, of course, I've got my Fellini set. I want to start watching my Fellini set. I might just start doing that after I finish the Depression trilogy from John Trier, and we start doing a whole, watch not watch through, just whole what's it called, journey through the Criterion Fellini set, or I might just make those into separate videos. I don't fucking know. All I know is that I've been like, my body's just been tired these last 2 days, and yeah, apparently that's what the COVID vaccine does to you. So my dad went through the same thing, and now I'm gonna go through it myself. But y'all, if you can get the vaccine, please do get it. You know, let's go ahead and try to stay safe out here. I'm just
Dude,
very
imagine
excited.
if it was COVID. Like I'm like, because like I know like personally being like super scared for you, like for like the entire like this whole time, being like, oh shit, if Raul catches it, like I'm so scared. So
Yep.
like, I'm like you have the vaccine and you're getting you're experiencing the symptoms, and I'm like, damn, like at least it's the vaccine, at least it's the
Yeah.
inoculation and not, yeah.
Not the actual virus.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's the good thing, man. Like right now, I'm pretty good, pretty solid. Just arms still sore, arms still
Hmm.
sore. Um, I don't want to say this is linked to it because it's probably not, because I sleep with the fan on. So
Mm.
I wake up with like kind of like, excess amount of mucus. My throat kind of hurts. It's kind of what happens when you sleep with the fan on and it's cold.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you sleep
I'm
with
not
the
gonna
fan.
link that one to the virus. So that's like right now, like the back of my nose is just like a little bit like rough, but it's because I sleep with the fan on. And
Yeah, like
yeah,
the fan is nice and comfortable. I understand the joys of the fan. I have the fan on myself right now. I just like having the air moving. But then,
yeah,
like, if I forget to turn it off when it's cold, I know I wake up mad. I
yeah,
wake up mad. I'm like,
yeah. You wake up.
where the Claritin at? Yeah.
With Claritin at. I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send you the reel. Luis send me the link, so I'm gonna send you the reel of the fight back, fight back,
I
fight
bet.
back.
All right,
But
I'll watch it.
yeah, yeah. No, I just
Yeah,
sending it
not
to
right
you
now.
so you can be so it can be in your DMs. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's just kind of been going down. Of course, Twitter's been in a what's it called, absolute shitstorm of what's it called, with discourse on a certain movie that came out. But I don't want to talk about that. We will
Yeah,
be
not yet.
reviewing we will be reviewing Zack Snyder's Justice League on March 29th. Mark your calendars. That is the first and last day I talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League. And after that, what's it called? I don't want to discuss this movie anymore because I don't want to partake in discourse anymore. I'm tired of this discourse. Yeah, yeah, come on, Gio. Oh man,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's been quite the week, man. I'll tell you that. It's been quite the week.
I mean, it's
Um,
really just been 2 days, like 2 3 days. That's the like.
yeah,
It's been 2 3 days, and these motherfuckers haven't let it go. I mean, I
yeah,
haven't let it go either, but like I
yeah,
haven't let it go because other people haven't let it go. I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm fine living my life, not talking about
yeah,
this movie on like a scale other than just like the way I talk about other movies. Like,
yeah. Oh man, but it's wild, dude. It's wild. But hey man, did
Hey.
y'all see those Razzie nominations? Oh wait, oh God, hold on. You know what we can do right now? Impromptu. Let's talk about Oscar noms because we haven't talked about Oscar noms.
Yeah, let's
So
do it. Let's do it.
okay,
I'll get
yeah.
rid of these questions that I pulled up just in case.
Oh, was there anything that was like really interesting?
No, it was just like random questions I was gonna ask just to make conversation.
No, no. Let's do this. Let's do this. What's it called? We haven't talked about Oscar noms here. Um. Okay, I'm guessing it just goes in alphabetical order. Alphabetical. Okay. Wow. Yeah. No, it does go in alphabetical
Share
order.
screen?
Yeah, I'm about to share screen. So hey, we haven't talked about Oscar noms, so we're gonna do this before we get into our what's it called Falcon and Winter Soldier review episode review. So bear with me. It's coming up in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, here we go. So
My baby don't.
if you are not interested in the Oscars or you just don't know about the Oscars, this week was Oscar nominations week. We found out about our Oscar noms for the year, for this year, and yes, I was vastly disappointed, and that was yeah, you know, we'll talk more about that, but I want to just kind of go through these and we'll give our thoughts on the category. I guess if you want to make a prediction here, but I haven't watched a lot of well, like some of these, so I know that I can't really give a full detailed prediction here. But let's go here first. I'm gonna go ahead and just you know do that. Yeah, yeah, I accept. Just stop. So for best actor in a leading role, our nominees are Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Yeun for Minari. Of course, this is probably one of the more what's it called? What's the word I'm trying to say?
Pretentious?
Groundbreaking,
Oh,
not pretentious. I was
oh
gonna say
no, not
groundbreaking.
pretentious.
Yeah, groundbreaking categories because Riz Ahmed is the first Arab Arab American, I think, Arab American to be nominated for best actor. I think I saw that he was actually the first Muslim to be nominated for best actor. Also, Stephen Yeun being the first Asian American to be nominated for best actor. And then, of course, Chadwick Boseman receiving a posthumous nomination. And of course, then you have the two white guys who
Oh
got
yeah.
in here.
Riz
Yeah.
Ahmed is British. Yeah.
British?
Yeah. Uh as far as movies that are on here, Minari, great. As far as like leading role, like it's not like when I think of Minari, like I don't think of Steve. Like I say, Steven Yeun
No.
did a great job, but like it's not. That's
Yeah.
not the like. This isn't the category I think of Minari for.
Yeah, I know.
Riz Ahmed, I like Riz Ahmed. I still have not seen Sound of Metal. I need to do like
Dude.
maybe do a double feature of Sound of Metal and Mogul Mowgli or something, or which
Yeah,
I
Mogul.
may have the yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dude.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Chadwick Boseman is incredible. Rest in power. Anthony Hopkins is
Mhm.
Anthony Hopkins. I kind of like Anthony Hopkins, Gary Oldman. I don't like. I don't care. I don't like.
Yeah.
We know who you are. You got what you got. Like I don't. I'm not sure what another Oscar would do for you. You're already getting paid a lot. You're already getting
Yeah.
paid buku money. Like
So, like, I still need to watch The Father. I still need to watch Ma Rainey's, and I still need to watch Mank. Of course, I'm probably going to be doing these before I get to my to the Oscars next month, I think, or
yes, you
um,
are. You got to
yeah,
right watch Ma Rainey.
yeah, oh yeah, no, that one's probably the top priority right now because of Bozeman. But The Father is playing in theaters. Mank, I have access to Mank because I have Netflix, so I got to get that. But yeah, dude, I tell you right now, Riz Ahmed is rightfully deserving of this nomination. He's incredible in Sound of Metal. Please do watch Sound of Metal for anybody who is out there and has not watched Sound of Metal. Please watch Sound of Metal. But I do agree with you, and I've been here 1,000 times saying it before. Gio, when I think about Minari, I think about the incredible performance by Stephen Yeun, but I specifically think about Hanyeri's beautiful performance, and especially I don't know how to say her name, but Grandma in the film, She's
Mm-hmm.
incredible too. And I think about Daniel Kim, who's the little boy. Like those are the
Mm-hmm.
ones who come into mind before Steven Yeun. Even though Steven Yeun rightfully deserves his nomination, Steven Yeun is awesome and beautifully crafted performance. Just to me, the leading actor, I mean, the leading role in there that really stands out to me is what's it called? Is Hanyedi. So let's go over to best actor in supporting role though. Here's the one that just didn't surprise me at all because I knew that Sacha was going to get nominated for this. Sacha gets nominated for Trial of Chicago 7. Daniel Kaluuya gets nominated for Judas and the Black Messiah. Leslie Odom Jr. gets nominated for One Night in Miami. Uh, but this one surprised me. Paul Raci gets nominated for Sound and Metal, and Lakeith Stanfield gets nominated for Judas and the Black Messiah. This, honestly, first of all, this is the only category. I think this is one of the only categories here where I've seen every single movie in here. So, congrats. Um, this is a really stacked category to me. Honestly, to me, other than Sacha, it really is between all these four. It is between Daniel, Leslie, Paul, and Lakeith. But if I really had to do this, if I really had to choose one here, I'm telling you, it's going to Lakeith. It's going to go to Lakeith. It's
Hell
I don't
yeah.
I have no idea how possibly one of, and I said it before, my favorite actor at the moment and one of the best talents right now in Hollywood does not walk out that night with that Oscar because it's bro. Like Gio said on our review, he's acting while acting in that role.
While acting, yeah, like
While
he's like
acting.
doing like a triple like there's layers to that shit.
Yeah.
Also I respect that they didn't like try to make for Judas and the Black Messiah one or the other as like, oh, you're leading and you're supporting. I really respect the move to have them both as
Yeah.
a supporting role,
Yeah.
especially in the way that you talk. Like there's interviews with like Kaluuya in particular where he talked about like the way he thinks about like the movie. He thinks about it's like it's
Mhm.
both of them, like it's two different sides of the coin, and that like both of them are saying telling the story together in such a way and connected. So to have them both as supporting role like is so powerful to me because like
Yeah.
literally they're both the title, Judas and the Black Messiah. Boom, supporting role.
Hmm. I'm really happy for this category. It's probably one of my favorite
Baller move.
categories. And I'm telling you right now, for those of you who also have not watched Sound of Metal, Paul Raci is fucking incredible in that movie. I You go back and listen to our review of Paul, what's it called, of the Sound of Metal, and every word I've said about Paul Raci in that film, especially this film in general, I still truly believe those words. So let's go to Best Actress. What's it called? Actress in a leading role. Um, we have Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, and Carrie Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. Um, I
Can I
have,
start with a hot take?
yeah, go ahead and throw it at me.
So my hot take, and I mean you've heard it, but Rose heard it
Mm-hmm.
before. My hot take is that like I like Promising Young Woman. Uh, I'm gonna get burned by like mutual
Yeah.
friends of ours. I like Promising
Yeah.
Young Woman. I like Carrie Mulligan. I don't think Carrie Mulligan should be in this category because to me, Carrie Mulligan did a Carrie Mulligan performance, and which isn't bad. It isn't bad, but like when I think of, I mean, only two other movies I've seen in this list: Viola Davis as Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and Frances McDormand in Nomadland. Actually, so let me split these up. My hot take is Carrie Mulligan did Carrie Mulligan's performance, and to me, that's not an Oscar-worthy thing for this film.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like the same thing goes for like Viola Davis and Frances McDormand, in my opinion. Like I think
Yeah.
of Nomadland, and I don't think of Frances McDormand as much. I more think of the entire ensemble that's around her, and like what's it? Cinema
Swanky.
Verite.
Oh,
Cinema
I thought you were gonna
Verite
bring up
going on.
specifically Swanky in Nomadland.
Oh yeah, I mean Swanky's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, Swanky's great. I was just thinking about just like how like it's it's what's the Kiarostami film? Uh,
close
with
up.
close up, like it pulls close up. It's like we're having we're having like real people act as themselves
Yeah.
going on, and like that's a really interesting thing to me for that film.
Hmm.
Um, as far as Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, it's not that Viola Davis doesn't do a good job, but like when I think of Viola Davis's performance, I'm not thinking about like I don't think about her in terms of award worthy in that way of like far and away a standout.
Hmm.
But I guess if you're comparing it to the films that came out during the pandemic, so far, it would I guess so. Plus, it's Viola Davis; she already has that like
Yeah.
in with Oscars.
So I mean, this is one of the ones where I had a little bit of trouble with. There are a notable amount of people that I believe could have been here, but I want to read Stacy's comment first. What? Not for Borat's subsequent movie film delivery of Prodigy's bribe to American regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan and New Hope in the Last Jedi's Return, Revenge of the Sith. um,
Not really.
yeah, not yet, Stacy. Um, this is where I believe you're missing Hanyeri. You're missing Sydney Flanagan, specifically Sydney Flanagan in Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. Mind you, my friends, Sydney Flanagan is a first time actress, and for her to give that raw of a performance in Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. But here, let's go ahead and go back to what happened and what email Eliza Hittman received from an Academy Board member. I knew that there was going to be no love for this film. I knew that that wasn't going to happen. But it's a damn shame that neither Sydney Flanagan nor Talia Ryder received a nomination for some of the most raw performances this year. Gio, what are you shook about?
They got an email from the Academy. I want to know what this email said.
Um, we can talk about it off air because Eliza Hittman did delete the post off Instagram showing that email. And I believe for privacy reasons, I think that it's best that we talk about this off air in case
Gotcha.
it hurts Eliza Hittman. But
Okay.
it's I would just say for those of you who know what I'm talking about is fucking disgusting what happened. And I will tell you this: if you as an Academy member have to watch everything, no matter what, I don't care what your stance is on anything. Your job as an Academy member is to watch everything that's submitted to you to judge the film on the basis of art and 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 the film itself. So, from there you can probably get an idea of what happened. But yeah, and the fact that I saw some people supporting this and saying like, well, some people can just, cling to their what's it called to their ideals and stuff. I'm sorry, not when you're an Academy member. If you have to sit by at the Academy and watch a film like Birth of a Nation and have to, what's it called, discuss that film on an artistic merit, you can sit down and talk about Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always as an artistic merit. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to call the actress in a supporting role. Awesome! I love saying this title every single time. Maria Maria Bakalova from Borat's subsequent movie film delivery of Prodigy's bribe to American regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan. Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. Olivia Colman for The Father. Olivia Colman for The Father, Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and of course, Yu Jung Yoon for Minari. Oh, Grandma made it. Oh, I
Grandma
love that.
made it.
I love that. I have not watched The Father. I have not watched Mank. I have not watched Hillbilly Elegy. I'm telling you, if Maria or Grandma don't make it out that night, you know, I'm telling you, man, I'm so happy that Maria Bakalova is nominated for this. By the way,
That really makes me happy because I was really sure that like we all talked about it and like we wanted it and that like it's a good film, but like
yeah,
I didn't think in like 1,000 years, not a million, 1,000 years,
yeah,
that they would actually take it seriously. But I really wanted them to because like she does
yeah,
so well,
yeah.
and
And
not
if
just because of the moment we all know. Like it's like she really like to say she's in a supporting role is just the fact that Sacha Baron Cohen is Borat, but like she does like she's the heart of that film.
yeah, so animated feature film, we've got Onward, Over the Moon, a Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon, Soul,
Another one?
and Wolfwalkers. I have not seen any of these except for Onward. I'm gonna be, excuse me, I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't even know a Shaun the Sheep movie existed. So this I feel though, what's it called? Usually, how these things go. Disney usually ends up with the win at the end, so it's either gonna be Onward or Soul. I have a feeling that it's
I
probably
feel
gonna
like
be Soul.
hmm
Yeah. What do you think about this category, Gio?
I ain't seen none of these damn movies.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I should probably watch Soul soon. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's like Shaun the Sheep existed since I was a child. Like but I've yet to see any of them, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Wolfwalkers, I think I've heard stuff about, so I want to watch that one. Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
I'm writing down the movies that I'm interested in seeing that I haven't seen yet. So let me write
Yeah.
down Soul.
Yeah, I
But
need to
yeah,
get to Soul and Wolf Walkers. I have access to Wolf Walkers. I have Soul. I also have access to Soul because of course I have Disney Plus. But yeah, I need to get to watching those. Best cinematography. We've got Sean Bobbitt for Judas and the Black Messiah. We have oh Lord, Eric.
you want me to?
Yes,
Eric Messerschmidt.
for Mank. We have Darius Wolski for News of the World. The fuck is that? We
Oh,
got
I've heard
Joshua.
of News of the World.
Yeah, Joshua James Richards for Nomadland. And wow, okay, yeah, you want to try that one?
Uh, this one I might get wrong. Feeding Papa Michael or Papa Michael or something. Let me look. Let me look.
Trial of Chicago 7. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and point out some flaws here. Uh, Yo, Trial of Chicago 7 doesn't have to be there for cinematography. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. Um, yo, it does not need to be there for cinematography. Um, Jews and the Black Messiah, rightfully so. I mean, a lot of the lighting setups in Jews and the Black Messiah are freaking incredible. This was one of my big surprises. I did not think that Jews and the Black Messiah would get what's it called, that cinematography nom, and I'm so happy to see that they did. Um, I kind of wish I would have seen One Night in Miami here. Honestly, um, some of the lighting setups within One Night in Miami are really, really interesting. Also, the way that it kind of builds that you know theater theater feel of a film, but also presenting it in a very cinematic way. I really thought that One Night in Miami would get that nom for cinematography. Um, but let's be real here. Nomadland's taking this. Yeah, this
Oh
is
yeah.
Nomadland's. This is
Oh,
Nomadland's
also
award.
I looked up the pronunciation for it's Faden Papa Michael.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
All right.
But yeah, no, on this list, like Judas and the Black Messiah is great, but like as far as things that like I love about Nomadland, and Nomadland's not my favorite film, uh
Mm-hmm.
the cinematography is great.
Yeah, it's gonna win it.
It's
Soul was good.
amazing.
Oh, not a kids movie. Yeah, I've heard things about Soul and about how it's like really not really for kids, but yeah, Stacy. I gotta get to watching it, but yeah, no, Gio, 100%. This is what's it called? No Man Land's award to win, 100%. Um, let's go to costume design. We got Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio. Wait, hold on, Pinocchio. There's a Pinocchio. What's it called?
Yeah,
Movie?
but it's not a Disney. It's not the Disney Pinocchio. It's a yeah. They had something else come out.
Oh, also, sorry, Gio. Something else that I saw missing from the Best Actress. Where the fuck was Dominique Fishback? Dominique
Yeah,
Fishback.
wrote a whole poem. Wrote a whole poem for the film.
Yes, yes.
How you
But
like? Y'all want to talk about method acting, but y'all only want to talk about it when it's rats and mice and and mental health and like mental health and harassing your other actors. She wrote a poem from the perspective from her
yeah.
character's perspective. Can we honor
I
that?
yeah, I'm dumbfounded by the fact that there's no Dominique Fishback in that category. I have not seen any of these films, so I'm gonna just what's it called? Truthfully, what's it called? Move on. But
Okay. I'll say Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is good. It's the only one on this list I've seen.
yeah.
But the design stuff for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom is good, and it's different than than stuff that we have seen as much.
Mhm.
Like I know what Emma's style looks like. We've seen what Emma looks like a million times.
Yeah,
As far as like
1,000
costume
times.
design, we've seen it a lot. And like I mean, we've seen the time period of Mank as well, and
Mhm. I have a
yeah,
feeling that this is between. This is. I'm gonna be real honest. Like I think this is between Mank and Ma Rainey's.
yeah.
It's probably that. But let's go to directing, best director. This was probably one of the most odd categories because I don't think anybody saw Thomas Weinberg getting nominated. No, that's not Weinberg. That's Vinterberg. Vinterberg. I'm sorry.
Vincenberg, yeah.
Yeah. So for directing, Thomas Vinterberg for another round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, and Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. Here's probably one of the biggest, what's it called, another groundbreaking category. The first time ever that the Academy has nominated two women for Best Director. Also, the first time that an Asian American woman has been, what's it called, nominated for Best Director. First, I believe, first time that, oh no, because I think Ang Lee was nominated at one point. So, but still, this is a really big category for a lot of inclusivity. And I'm really happy about that. Once again, there are things that I think I could change here, and I'd be like, Eliza Hittman probably in there, but that wasn't gonna happen. Let's be real. Thomas Vinterberg, though, never, 1,000 years. Did you? I look. I would have thought Mads Mikkelsen getting in there before Thomas Vinterberg. I have not watched another round, but the amount of hype there was behind Mads Mikkelsen's performance in another round, I really thought that was going to be the case. And that is not the case. What's it called? I didn't think that this was going to happen, but Thomas Vinterberg did. I'm going to be real here, guys. I think this is the one category that I can predict 100%. This is going to Chloe Zhao. It's written in the walls. It's written on the walls, man. There's no way it doesn't go to Chloe. As I said before, I was not the biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of Nomadland. I think that Nomadland was good, but where it shines completely is in the direction by Chloe Zhao, and I think that Chloe Zhao is taking that award that night. So I can't wait to see that because I think that's going to be historic. Gio, what do you think about this category?
Couple of things. Yeah, 100% Chloe Zhao. Shout out to Lee Isaac Chung.
Yes.
Like the look, yeah, like it's a great film, and the look of that film is great, and like the way things flow is really great. Like a lot of the times we think of like directors, and when we think of directors, we also we loop in a lot of like the team with when we think of directors, and like I mean every movie's a team effort. Yeah. Anyway, Another round's the Matt Mickelson one where he's basically like in the crowd of people and he's like, "I'm with my boy."
So it's like a group of teachers trying to
Okay.
to contain their blood alcohol content at a certain level. I've heard really good things about this film, guys. By the way, I've really
Okay.
heard really good things about this film, but I have not watched it yet. I do have access to it, and I'm gonna watch it because if there is any category in this Oscars race that I'm really well known for wanting to watch every single film is the international film round, national film category. So that's the next. That's one of the ones that's coming up. But documentary feature, you have Collective, you have Crip Camp. I watched Crip Camp. Crip Camp was great. The Mole Agent. I watched The Mole Agent. Mole Agent was fantastic. My Octopus Teacher and Time. I have access to Time. I have not watched Time yet, but I've heard great things about Time. It is also coming to the Criterion Collection, so I need to watch Time soon. Um, I have not. So from what I'm giving off what I watched at the moment. So I've only watched Crip Camp and Mole Agent. I really want this to go to Mole Agent. Mole Agent is a really odd kind of documentary esque cinematic film because like it's a documentary, but it has like a narrative following through it. It's so interesting, and it's just a really emotionally beautiful film as well. But I heard great things about Collective as well, which I have access to. That was Romania's entry for the best international film category, and I believe it is about like by like when like a specific place in Romania that had their healthcare like taken away. So it just shows the people angry and like kind of going and talking to the government about why this happened. But yeah. What have you watched anything from here, Gio?
No, I have not, and that's on me. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I should. I should like
yeah,
honestly that's the part like a part of like my film watching that like I mean on top of me like not watching a lot of anything,
mhm,
documentaries definitely I need to watch more documentaries, especially since we
yeah.
have like mutual friends that like I talk to and who always recommend documentaries to me and I do let them down a lot by not watching them.
Well, you've got access to a couple of these that you can watch online. So,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
you're right. You're right.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of these are online, so you can probably watch these. Documentary short subject. I believe those get posted like online on YouTube, right? Or you watch them. I know MFAH did some of it where you could go watch it, like the short subject documentary films and the short films. But we'll see what's up. I don't know where to watch these, but I'll still give out the nominees for those of you who are interested. Colette, a concerto is a conversation. Do not split. Hunger word and a love song for Latasha. I'm pretty sure, Gio, we have not watched any of these, so we can just move on.
No, but I was trying to look. I wanted to look up. No, it counts as a 2019 film. Damn, because
Yeah,
you and I watched as part of South by Southwest in 2020. We watched a certain short
yeah,
film that deserves all the love, but like,
yeah,
and it's available for free. It's available on Vimeo. It's called No
yeah,
Crying at the Dinner Table. It will break your heart.
yeah. I think you should go watch that, y'all. I really do think. Film editing, we have not Latimos, Yorgos Laprimnos for The Father, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Oh wow, Chloe edited that. Damn. Chloe Zhao
Hey,
for Nomadland. Um, Frederick Toroval Toroval for Promising
I
Young
think so.
Woman.
Yeah.
Mikkel E.G. Nielsen for Sound of Metal, and Alan Baum
Baum. Yeah, Baum. Yeah.
Baumgarten for the Trial of Chicago 7. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a category that either goes to Sound of Metal or to Nomadland, specifically because of the way how because Sound of Metal's editing is beautiful, by the way. It's some great editing, and Nomadland has some great editing too. But I have not watched The Father. I don't think that the one thing I remember from Promising Young Woman is editing. But what do you think, Gio?
I'm not going to say it again, but I'm going to remind everybody of my hot take about Promising Young Woman. And then I'm going to say that, like, yo, if you're directing the film and editing the film, to me, you get both.
Honestly,
If you
yeah.
got your hands in both, I want to give you both because like
Yeah.
they work so well hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. All right, my category that I always look forward to, and this is probably the one that I'm gonna have the most talk about right now, is Best International Feature Film. We have our nominees are from Denmark. We have Another Round. From Hong Kong, we have Better Days. From Romania, we have Collective. From Tunisia, we have The Man Who Sold His Skin. And from Bosnia and Herzog, you know what? What is it, Joe?
Herzegovina.
Herzegovina. From Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have Quo Vadis Aya. I'm pretty sure that is not how you say that, but I
I mean, you
tried.
got the first part right, but then again, Latin is a dead language.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I have a big problem with this one. Um, I of course I have not watched Better Days. I have not watched Another Round. I have not watched Collective. I have not watched Man with Soul Skin. I have not watched Kova Dizada. I've heard incredible things about Bosnia's film. I have heard a lot of great things about Another Round. I've not heard the best things about Better Days and The Man Who Sold His Skin. All of these, I believe Kova Dizada is on Hulu, or it's available to rent on Neon's site. Where if you're a Letterbox user, you get the film like half off to rent. Which, guys, if you're a Letterbox user, please go rent this movie for half off.
Mm.
Saves you a couple bucks. I am very astonished at the lack of Latin America in here. I am astonished at what's it called? Um, at at Nigeria's pick not being in here, because I heard amazing things about Nigeria, but I'm very very disappointed, specifically as a Latino and a man who really saw a Latino who saw the incredible what's it called film that was Ya no estoy aquí, I'm no longer here. I really thought that would get nominated, and it looks like that didn't happen. Um, I am so disappointed in this category because not even I'm no longer here. You what's it called? You guys had a Snyder. No, we're Snyder Cut will be review for Snyder Cut will be on March 29th for the main show. But yeah. Um, no films for Sokovia this year, huh? No, I heard that they had a little bit of trouble submitting a film this year. But I I'm just so disappointed because you had the mole agent, you had um I'm no longer here, you had La Llorona from Guatemala. Those three made it to the short list for this category, and none of them made it to get nominated. I I just I'm just like I'm just like dumbfounded because I go back to the thing that I said, and I love these three men more than anything. These three men are the reason I am going to become a filmmaker in this industry. These three men have made more than a big percentage of all the films I love. But I swear to God, it feels like sometimes the Academy only nominates international films from Latin America that are directed by Alejandro González Iñárritu, Guillermo del Toro, or Alfonso Cuarón. And I really thought that something would change when they nominated A Fantastic Woman. And it seems that that just is not the case. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, I'm no longer here. La Llorona and what's it called? And Mole Agent are remarkable films, but specifically La Llorona and I'm no longer here have a lot more to say than you could think about. And those films are directed by incredible brown folk. And I was just really disappointed that once again Latin America is shut out from here. Gio, what do you think about this category?
I was looking up for one movie that I saw with you, but I learned that it came from 2019. It counts as a 2019 film. We've heard,
It was Peru's submission this year, but it
yeah,
didn't
Song
make it to
Without
the
a
short
Name.
list. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Without a Name could have been chosen.
Yeah, it didn't make it to the short list.
Yeah, that's a damn shame.
Yeah, big shame. It's a
That
big fucking
film,
shame.
that film is heartbreaking and amazing.
Um, did you know George Lopez is Latino too? Yeah, man. No, I never know. I never knew. Damn, I'm shocked, man. I love that you are going to become a filmmaker. Big respect, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. It's what I'm hoping to do with my life. Um, yeah, I want to. I That's all I say about this because I obviously have not watched any of these films, so I don't want to give out anything. But from what I've heard and the traction I've heard, these some of these films like they could have easily been what's it called removed for what's it called better movies as I've heard, but it's a big shame that Song Without a Name didn't even make it to the short list because I want to be honest with you all and say the short Song Without a Name probably one of the best movies of last year, and I was really surprised because I thought honestly I was really convinced that Dear Comrades would make it into here. Even though I found Dear Comrades to be just good, I didn't think it was great. I really thought that Dear Comrades would make it in here, but they did it. It didn't. I don't know, man. I also wanted to bring up something before this that I didn't get to see. I didn't get to talk about, but it just came back into my mind. Let me go ahead and just go. What's it called? Uh, Go ahead and go full screen for this. I can't believe you guys didn't fucking nominate Delroy Lindo. I cannot believe you guys did not nominate Delroy Lindo. I cannot believe you guys did not nominate Delroy Lindo. Delroy
And that's
Lindo.
on what? And that's on what? That's on Black.
I am so disappointed, bro. Delroy Lindo gives my favorite performance and what I believe was the best performance of last year in The Five Bloods. And you guys snubbed the crap out of this man. You
I really want to
snubbed.
blame that on I really want to blame that on liberalism. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
well, he
yeah,
played this character, so we can't give him an award for
yeah.
playing this character because this character doesn't get like a full condemnation, like probably because he doesn't get a condemnation at the end. But like, no, you like
That's not what
it's
the
more
movie's trying to
complicated than
say.
that. Yeah, it's not what the
Yeah.
movie's saying. Like, it's not about like whether he's like right or wrong to defend to like to be supportive in the way that to have his political beliefs. The point is that like yo he's still family, we still care about him, he gone through it, and the shit he's gone through and the shit he and the unresolved, unchecked, unacknowledged mental health and like trauma that he's dealt with on his
Mm-hmm.
own has affected like all of that affects the whole movie, and like he brings all of that out and every fucking moment he's on camera.
Yeah. No nomination for Kingsley Benadir as well for One Night in Miami when he played Malcolm. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I was that one just fucking breaks my heart so much. No nomination for Regina King for not for directing.
Come on now, I would have thought y'all loved that.
Yeah, come on, man. But yeah, we had this conversation before. I believe that the reason why for Delroy Lindo was probably this like source of neoliberalism within the with what's it called within the academy. And they're like, no, we see a black man with a Trump hat, and that's all you see. You know, you don't actually see the performance for what it is. And yeah, I'm gonna call that one. I'm gonna call that one on what you said. Yeah, but
And that's on
let's
what? That's on
yeah,
Black.
that's on black. That's on black, bro. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's go ahead and move on here. I don't know what there is there. I would have to come back to this one when I watch the films because this is the only category that I try to watch all the films for. Best makeup and hairstyling, we have Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio. So the same costume and hairstyle. The costume, I think, right? Hold on.
I've heard
Uh,
such bad things about Hillbilly Elegy that I feel like I have to watch it just so I can fully understand.
no,
Like
that
I'm
doesn't.
confused by seeing it because like what I've heard about Hillbilly Elegy is like people being like, "This ain't it,"
Yeah,
and so I need to watch. Like
yeah,
this feels like a political like this feels like some money was residing and some like
yeah.
some palms
I
like
can.
not like in a bribe way, but like in the way of like we campaigned hard for this film.
Yeah, I have not watched any of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on. Music original score. We have the Five Bloods from. We have Terrence Blanchard for the Five Bloods. We have, of course, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross for Mank. We have Emile Mosseri for Minari. We have James Newton Howard for News of the World. Dude, I have not watched News of the World. I don't even know what the fuck News of the World is, and I can't believe that they racked in a lot of freaking what's it called, freaking nominations. Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and John Batiste for Soul. I'm really happy that Minari's score got nominated. I'm really happy because I think that score is beautiful. But there's a big one missing here, and I'm really disappointed it's not here. Ludwig Göransson for freaking Tenet. How?
The one thing Tenet should have on this fucking Oscar is the music, it's the score. Yeah.
How? How? Oh my god, dude. I cannot believe that was snubbed. I even talked about it with Luis, and he was like, dude, the one thing that you can definitely nominate from Tenet, it's snubbed. But I'm really happy for Terrence Blanchard because the Five Blood score is beautiful. I love that score. I remember downloading it and it's still on my Spotify. I love that score. I of course have not watched Mank, News of the World, or Soul. What do you think about this category though, Gio?
Yeah. Where's Tenet? The Five Bloods is great. Minari's great. I figured out. So I recognize James Newton Howard's like name.
Oh yeah, he
But I
did.
think of him from like Snow White. Like
Yeah,
what's it, The Huntsman or whatever. Those movies.
he did
He
the
did those.
Unbreakable score.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, News of the World. I also figured out what's going on with News of the World. Directed by Paul Greengrass, stars Tom Hanks.
Oh, all right, yeah,
That's kind of like a enough like, oh, okay, we understand the logic of what's going on here.
yeah,
Listen, we talk about the Oscars because we got Oscars is a big part of the film industry, but like this is the Oscars aren't the end all be all
yeah,
of
no,
what exists in this art space. Yeah,
yeah. Because I'm
we
gonna be
know
real
we know
honest.
how
Like,
it go down. Yeah.
most of these categories would be a lot different if it was a true representation of the space of art.
Hmm.
Music original score. Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah. Hear My Voice from the Charlie Chicago 7. Husavik from Eurovision Song Contest, the story of Fire Saga. Yose Yosisin from The Life Ahead, La Vita de Vantiese. I have not heard of that. Speak Now from One Night in Miami. It's Speak Now, baby. If it's not Speak Now, I'm gonna fight. It's Speak Now.
Speak
I,
now.
that song is so good. It's so beautiful.
And it works and it makes sense. Like Fight for You like doesn't even fit for Judas and the Black Messiah like tonally at all. But like Speak Now very much fits with the whole tone of the film.
Mhm. Yep. All right. So we've made it to the last what's it called category. These are the nominees. Oh no, because we still have production. All right, I'm gonna skip these other. We got some good stuff here, guys.
Listen,
But
we
like,
love everybody and we shout out to sound design for films such
yeah,
as Minari. Well, not Minari, but for films such as Sound of Metal.
Sound of
Uh,
Metal.
yeah, like that's one thing I've heard a lot about, like the sound design for Sound of Metal.
Yeah,
What was it? Oh, that was a different movie that from
yeah.
2011.
Also,
But
yeah, they did it. I didn't think they were actually gonna go through with it. They combined the sound mixing and sound editing. What's it
oh,
called
that's
categories?
that's good. I mean, those teams work really close together anyway.
They're two very different things, though.
They are different.
They're two very different things, which very much disappoints me. But it's whatever. I mean, I think that's gonna go to fucking Sound of Metal. Uh,
Interesting. Interesting.
I will say
What's
though,
up?
here I'll give the writings. I'll give a shout out to the writings.
Hmm.
Borat subsequent movie film, adapted screenplay. You have The Father. You have Borat subsequent movie film. Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger. I think that goes. Honestly, man, if it doesn't go to Nomadland, I think it's going to Borat.
I mean, Ma Rainey's is an adapted screenplay. It should have been here.
Yeah,
Like, but I know you can't speak to that. But like, if you want to talk about like Harlem Renaissance play, like August Wilson, like adapting August Wilson is not easy. August Wilson is a prolific playwright, um, and I mean, like, and a personal favorite of Viola Davis.
yeah.
And so, like, to adapt that play is so like it's a crucial task.
Hmm. Yeah. So for original screenplay, we have Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of Chicago 7. Of course, Aaron Sorkin would get in here. Um,
It's Aaron Sorkin, yeah.
Aaron Sorkin. I actually really do like this category because I'm going to be real honest. I think the strongest thing of Promising Young Woman to me, not even direction. I think it's the writing
Yeah,
from Emerald Fennell.
yeah. I
Uh,
was like that. That's what I like. Over like I like once again. I like Promising Young Woman. I like it. It's a good film. Um, but like the strongest part of it to me is the writing.
yeah, I really think that this one's gonna go to what's it called? I don't know, man. I want to say Judas, but honestly, man, I don't see no situation, knowing the Academy, knowing the voting boards. I see no situation where Judas wins all the awards that it's walking out that it's nominated for. Because I don't. Again, I mean, are you surprised that I'm coming to this what's it called conclusion?
It's the Oscars.
It's the
Yeah, I'm
Oscars.
not
Baby.
surprised at all. We
I
know.
wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, we know who's behind. Like the loud voices behind the Oscars. We know what the Oscars is. Just because we've been focusing on the Golden Globes when it comes to controversies and stuff, and we've been focusing on foreign press, don't mean the Oscars ain't clean. Doesn't mean the Oscars is clean. Like
Hmm.
the Oscars is literally exist for like literally existed as to be prestige, just to like keep like for like you like bad capitalist shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I think this one's like if Emerald Fennell does not win for Promising Young Woman in directing, this is gonna go to Emerald Fennell. I have a feeling, but I really want to see Judas and the Black Messiah take this, or Minati,
Yeah.
or fucking Sound of Metal because I believe Darius Marker and Abraham Marker were working on this script for years, like for years. So let's go to our Best Picture nominees, so we can go ahead and get into our review of the Falcon and Winter Soldier season premiere. We have The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and of course, because everybody saw this coming, The Trial of Chicago 7. Um, oh, once again, it's great to see the Academy not use their 10 slots. Just want to go ahead and throw that, reiterate that again. It is nice to see the Academy not use their 10 slots. Um, I have a feeling if it's not Nomadland, it is going to be it's going to be Judas and the Black Messiah because I am seeing a huge trend here of the Academy loving this film. If it's not though, I can easily see this going to the Trial of Chicago 7. And that's what scares me. I know this voting board as what's it called? Um, okay. I really see this voting board and I understand where this voting board comes from. I have a strong feeling that Trial of Chicago 7 is walking with that award that night. And I have been preparing myself for that to happen for a bit now. Because, once again, I know the Academy. This is the Academy that picked Green Book. So, Trial of Chicago 7 winning this is not far out of the realm of possibilities. Gio had to go somewhere, but he chose Judas and the Black Messiah. And I honestly don't see any problem with that. I really do want to see Judas and the Black Messiah win. But once again, I'm going to the thing is that I know this damn boarding board, and I have a feeling that Chicago 7 is going to win. So, with that said, let me check. When are Oscars? When are the Oscars? Let me see. I think it says it up here. Let me keep searching up here. What's it called? Sunday, April 25th, 2021. Next month, yeah. April 25th, 2021. We'll see who wins the Oscars. I think in conclusion, if I can give you my concise thoughts about these nominations, these are very diverse films and very diverse nominations for sure. But I think that these are some of the safest nominations you could get within having a diverse Oscars nom. Of course, the stuff that I thought that wasn't safe was, of course, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Five Bloods, because I think that those are films that like don't catch the eye of what I believe this voting board is. But these are very, very safe nominations. And it kind of sucks that that's the case because we have a an academy filled with so many people. And yeah, I really thought that that things would look different this time around. But once again, I guess you can't have two repeated years of great decisions from the Oscars. I don't know when Gio's going to get back or if he's coming back. But I am going to probably take us into break. I'll take us into break. And when we come back, we'll give our review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 1 premiere. We'll be back after these words. Hey, I'm Raul Mendoza, and this is
Jabril Newton.
And we are the hosts of High Flyer Radio. And finally, pro wrestling has come back to the Nerdcore podcast feed in the form of a show hosted by Jabril and I. And we talk about everything and anything in the pro wrestling world on Mondays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Nothing's off limits. Whatever you guys want to talk about, it is from AEW to SmackDown to Raw to NXT. Nothing's off the table. We can talk about it.
We're going to talk all about it. And if you can get it a day early, you should go to the www.patreon.com/thenerdcore and pledge to the tiers on there so you can get this show and a lot of shows days early before anybody else gets to hear it. But enough talking about it. We'll go ahead and see you there at the Squared Circle. Oh, yeah. Don't tap out. Tune in.
Hello, guys and gals, and you're listening to The Ladies of Nerdcore. I am your host, Daniela Nunez, and along with my amazing co-host, Ashley Garcia, we discuss many things like social impact, pop culture, political realms, and any controversy surrounding the Nerdverse. Tune in and listen to us bi-weekly on the Nerdcore podcast feed, and we will love to chat and hear your thoughts on our wonderful show. And thank you again for listening to The Ladies of Nerdcore.
Hey everyone, my name is Raul, the Nerd Chicano, and I am the host of The Impaired Files. The Impaired Files is an interview show brought to you every Thursday on the Nerdcore podcast feed. And I interview people such as filmmakers, content creators on YouTube, and podcasters like Colton Geschwander. And if you want to listen to that early, a whole week early, all you got to do is go to the Patreon and pledge to the $1 tier. And if you want to listen to it with the general public, then go to Nerdcore podcast feed on anchor.fm/the Nerdcore. And the case is closed, but it's not classified. See you guys there.
Hey, it's Ashley from the Gamer Core. You may remember me from such episodes as Big Screen Mess, Mo Money Mo Platforms, and Brad Can Read. Tune in weekly as I blab with my co-hosts Raul the Nerdy Chicano and Brad the Random Germ about the latest news in gaming and gush over what we're playing at the moment. Oh yeah, and we got the deals too. Keep up with the latest deals in gaming and what's happening as I mediate Brad and Raul fighting like a married couple. Will Death Stranding ever come out? Will Cyberpunk 2077 live up to the hype? Is a next gen worth a $500 console price tag? And has there ever been a movie adaptation of a video game that's been done right? It's all on the GamerCore podcast, everywhere where podcasts are.
Hey guys, this is Brad, aka Young Yoda. Raul said I had to make an ad, so that's what I'm doing. It's supposed to be for Unstructured, but as you guys know, you can freaking catch me everywhere when it comes to this podcast feed. You can find me on the Nerd Cores, on Gamer Cores, on Nerdy Chicanos sometimes when I get lost. But for this particular one, I want you guys to go check out Unstructured. The Raul gave me free reign to do whatever I want to do. I don't know what he was thinking. So go hear me talk about LeBron James and Taco Tuesday, vaping, so many other freaking weird topics that chimichangas, that's a good one. Shout out to Deadpool. And yeah, I guess this is the end of the ad. So if you guys want to find me, you can find me all over the place on this podcast feed. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I love you all. And nerd up.
Hey everyone, I'm Raul.
And I'm Brad.
And we're the hosts of the Nerdcore podcast. The podcast that talks that nerd. Not on this ad, right?
Not
and
on this one.
we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday. On the Mondays, we talk the news. That's the box office, the news of the week, and your trailer talk if there is any. And on Tuesday, we have our theme review. And on Saturday, you have a Saturday morning review, usually movies that have come out in the week or anything we want to talk about. Right, Brett?
Exactly. Whatever we want to talk about, this is our show. If you don't like it, then you don't have to listen.
We're the flagship show of the Nerdcore podcast feed, and we can be found everywhere you can listen to podcasts like Stitcher, Apple Podcasts. So if you want to talk that nerd stuff with us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, make sure you tune in. And Brad?
Young Yoda out.
Welcome back to the Nerdcore Live Show 139, episode 139. And we're here for our segment of the night, the last segment of the night. We're here to review the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, on which premiered this week on Disney Plus, and is the new MCU television show. As we see, it's set 6 months after Endgame, I think, is what the time frame was. 6 weeks after the events of Avengers Endgame, we are seeing the lives of Falcon, aka wow, why can't I remember his name?
I don't want to help you. I was gonna say it, but now I don't want to help you.
Sam Wilson.
There we go.
Sam Wilson.
I was scared for a moment. You
And,
know, when the blacks are really dark and the whites are really bright.
Shut up!
I'm not so sure.
The funny thing is that I had Sam Wilson in my head. I was just like, wait, was it Sam Wilson? Wait, hold on, is it Sam Wilson? Falcon, aka Sam Wilson, or James Buchanan Bonds, I think is his name.
Yeah,
aka the Winter Soldier. And yeah, I'll go ahead and just throw it up here. Let me go ahead and get my soundbite here. We are going to be talking in full spoilers, so if you don't want to get this show spoiled for you, go ahead and click off. Either way, we appreciate you being here. Spoiler warnings in effect in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
spoilers, baby.
Spoilers, baby. Gio, this is our first episode. No, Jerry. Damn it, Jerry. This is our first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, and my initial thoughts are that I loved it. I like this episode. I really like this episode. I was like actually surprised that I would like this episode, because everybody was like, "Oh, this follows like the mostly MCU kind of thing you see from this universe." And I was like, "Oh, great." No, I'm like, "Yeah, all right. If that's the case, then I don't think I'm gonna react to this the way that I reacted with like some other stuff." but I was surprised at how much I liked this episode. I think it sets up the foundation really well, but we also have some really interesting stuff going on. Yes, exactly what I wanted from the show. I wanted us to have those difficult conversations about race, and it's going to be talked about. I mean, that whole ending is the seeds being planted for us to have this conversation about, like, oh, you chose another white man, but the man that was actually chosen by Captain America himself, y'all couldn't go to ask him if he would want to be Captain America. So, Gio, what did you think about episode 1 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I loved it. I am gonna work backwards. Okay, so from like when I think about like that ending, like I really had like such a gut reaction of like, yo, like y'all played Sam so bad. I almost said you played me, but I ain't Sam. Y'all played him so bad. Like, yeah, like you did this whole pomp and circumstance about putting the shield into the museum to what? Give it to a white man so that you can use the prop. Like that, like to use the like a modern example, like that felt like some Trump shit. That felt like some like some Trump shit, but like a little bit too low key to be Trump. Of like I'm gonna treat like it. People want America to look a certain way.
Yeah,
but people want America to look a certain way, but then also want it to be a melting pot, and you can't have like you want a melting pot that has like all these different things, but still looks one way. When that's not how food works. You know that if you would know that if you were an expert with food. I almost said something else, but that was a bit too rude. And two, if you I almost said like shout out to Aiden. It's definitely something Aiden would have said. But not me. Two.
Oh, Gio, I think you cut out.
I think about a black man who proved himself and was chosen. Am I back?
You are okay. No, now you're good. You're good now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a black man who has been chosen, who was like a good friend to Captain America and was chosen by Captain America, but understandably, like decided not to take up the mantle. I mean, I look forward to us talking about that more and like from personal experience of why he didn't take up the mantle. Like he said, like because he felt like it was Steve's, which I understand, but I feel like there's something more going on with that. Because when we think about where Sam was when we first met Sam in Captain America Winter Soldier, Sam was done. Sam did VA stuff and he like had led the counseling with the veterans. Because he was done and he had suffered a loss. I think it was like his brother, or like I think if I'm remembering things correctly, I think that's who Sarah's widow is. Like Sarah's deceased partner, spouse is. I think it might have been the person that Sam used to fly with during his time with the Air Force. I mean, I might be wrong on that part. Somebody's gonna tell me in the comments. I know it. But there's when I like Falcon and Winter Soldier was the show that I was the most interested in during like before I stopped being interested in any of it. Falcon and Winter Soldier was the one I was the most interested in because like Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU film. Because it does so much and it does it so well, and like that's one of those that like really like changed what these movies mean to me, or like meant to me. I don't know. I'm still working out what they mean to me now. And so I was okay. Like I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna have standard. Did I get lost again?
Yeah, you got frozen up in there. Yeah, you froze up in there.
Okay. What was the last thing I said?
Something about standard.
Hello?
Something about standard.
Okay. I'm looking forward to the standard. Okay, yeah. The standard. um sorry, I have bad internet, y'all.
It's all
Falcon,
good.
like standard MCU business, I was looking forward to it. But and so we got that, but like, and it's the thing I talk about with Tenet, the fact that Sam Wilson is black, and the fact that he's played by Anthony Mackie adds like a whole layer to everything that's going on. So like,
Mm-hmm.
sure, you have like the logic of what's going on of like, yeah, like the bank is doing a thing, like the bank is tightening up, but the fact that you're telling this to a black family after, and like the fact that you're being like, oh cool, an Avenger, not just to an Avenger, you're saying it to a black man trying to save his family business.
Mm-hmm.
It's so vital. It's so vital. Like I'm like, yeah, like, yeah, no, these are microaggressions here. You're telling, hey, once again, when the going gets tough, we keep the high highs and the low, and the people we have placed as low, we keep them where they are, or we
Mm-hmm.
tighten the vice on them, as Sarah says. Sarah knew. I mean, I might just keep going. Fuck it. I really like this
Go, bro.
episode.
Go.
Yeah. Sarah knew Sarah knew how it was gonna go because she was dealing with it for the last 5 years, and she, like, her whole mindset's different from Sam. Sam's like, yeah, like, okay, you don't play with these white folks. You show them what, you give them what they want, and like they'll give you what you want. Like they'll work with you. Like he's like, shit, like I'm a hero. Like I do the good shit. I fought for my country, which is such a thing of like, I can't speak from personal experience on this, but that's such a thing of like in the history of America, black men proving their patriotism through military service, and then coming
Mm-hmm.
home and getting
Mm-hmm.
absolutely shit on, and being like, well, not getting the love they receive, not getting the proper financial compensation that they need, and the way that they
still
should
having
get it.
to fight for their rights after serving a country that reminds them every day that they are a second-rate citizen in this country.
100%. And I'm speaking as a black man, but it don't just happen to black people. Listen, Fred Hampton said, we are working on a rainbow coalition. This shit happens to everybody, to all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, like we are all persecuted and we're all dealing with this stuff. Like as black, indigenous people of color, we are all dealing with it. And so like I see it, like I say it personally as like a black man, but like when I say it, if it relates to you, it's you, baby. Hit that record for you as well. You see this shit? They put a white man up. They put a white man up, John Walker, as the replacement for Captain America. They talking about, hey, we don't like you. That's the shit that's going on. When he says when he has those familial bonds on the boat, and he's struggling with his sister, trying to have that understanding with his sister, because he left his situation. He left the home situation because he wanted to get out, not necessarily because the home situation was bad, but that because he felt the pressure of needing to leave because he had been in one place his whole life. He's talking about you, baby. Like when he says, Red Wing, get him off my ass. He's living his experience and talking like it feels so real. Like, yeah, I was talking with Aiden. I was like, there's like the blackest thing and the most NOLA thing that happened. The blackest thing that happened is him going, we're not playing with these white folk. And the most New Orleans thing was Red Wing, get him off our ass. Like I'm all the way in. I mean, and I've been talking about Falcon this whole time, but like I like Bucky. I like the stuff they're doing with Bucky. It's stuff that we've seen before, and it's still a little like choppy. Like it's still like I'm still warming up to, like, that part feels like it's still warming up where we're going with that. But like I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah.
I was so interested though in like specifically that moment where he goes sees the old man and he realizes that I'm guessing their grandson or their son was the one from that dream who was working with Hydra, I think. So like I'm really interested in the path that we're going with, kind of trying to view more of the unresolved trauma of Bucky and specifically how that will intertwine with Falcon, but my interest in this episode was completely Falcon. I mean, there's just, and it's crazy. This is just the first episode. This is the fucking pilot. Like, this is wild. How incredibly written this episode was, and just it's layering the foundation of what show we're gonna have, and just everything that happened in the bank, everything that happened before, just literally the idea of these heroes sacrificing themselves for this country against one of the biggest threats in the universe, and they are still seen as independent contractors, and they are still asked for an income. It's like, what the fuck, man? I mean, if anybody's gonna get a damn loan, it should be the one who just beat the purple alien from a different
Dr.
planet.
Space Cape, yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
Like, for all intents and purposes, me along with here I go again, Sam, along with billions of other people, were like, for all intents and purposes, dead for 5 years and brought back. And you want to blame it on them for
what do you
coming
want to
back.
do in 5 years? Where are you going to work in 5 years when you're dead?
Yeah, when you're in when you're dust, like when you got bleep, bleep, like what the fuck. I definitely was scared when Bucky came back in Infinity War that they were gonna like just be like, oh well, the program is gone, he's good, he's got the nice flowy hair now, they took care of him, and so he's good now. Nah, I like that, like he's got to deal with it, and I do like that he's struggling to deal with it. Like he's like in a way different than Cap, because Cap, his whole life was still like, okay, military service, even when he came out of ICE. Bucky has to live with it being a civilian, where like Bucky, when he's talking about like, hey, for like the last 70 years, I've been in and out of war the whole time. Like, I had never really had any time except for the couple moments where I had a nice nap and some deprogramming in Wakanda. Other than that, he's like, I nonstop had war. Like, I like where we're going with Bucky, and I like that, like, he's explaining it. Like, he's trying to figure it out. Like, and in the way that, like, we all, like, you know, like, you're scared to communicate about a thing to a person. Like, you have something you need to tell them, but you're scared because you don't want to mess up a relationship, or like, and I guess I'm extrapolating a bit, but like, I assume that like Yori, like, he meets up with Mr. Nakajima, like, as an attempt to make an amend, or like, and to make sure that the dude's okay. And like, it became a whole thing.
Yeah.
And now it's like, where do you go from, like, it's going to be hard to say anything from here. It's going to be hard to be like, admit that.
My favorite.
And on top of that, like, I'm scared of how this will go, but for two reasons. One, because I'm going to feel bad for Bucky if if Mr. Nakajima like lashes out, but I feel like he should. And if it's like, if it happens, it's like, oh, this thing happened, and you know what? I understand. We're good. Like, that's gonna be so cheap to me. Like,
I think there's gonna be a lot of nuance to it, a lot of layers to it. Yeah.
And Nakajima, like, and I fully understand, and like, it's a thing we talk about real life of like, you apologizing to me. I'm gonna say me this time. For example, you apologizing to me for oppression that you caused on me, some shit you did to me, doesn't mean I have to forgive you. Like, and now I'm gonna switch back to Bucky. If Nakajima doesn't forgive Bucky and doesn't want Bucky in his life, Bucky did his part, and Bucky has to live with those choices.
Yeah.
If, hey, like, I don't want to be friends with you no more because of the situation, you gotta, like, Bucky's gonna have a hard time, and he's gonna have to live with it, and live that he did the best he could to try to make amends, given the situation, regardless of like, oh, you were in control or not. It happened. You remember, and you're trying to do better. It's not just about getting out external control. It's about forgiving yourself for the things that happen as well.
And I think it's also, we're having an interesting depiction of PTSD that's coming in as well. But Brad with my favorite line from Superbad, McLovin. What's up, gangsters? It's such a stupid line, but I love it. Uncle Buck. Yeah, what's going on, Brad? You drunk yet? We're gonna finish up in a bit, but we're gonna finish up in a couple of minutes. But I really like this app. I like this episode. I might just watch this tonight before I go to bed. I might
Yeah, I've
rewatch
seen
it
it twice.
because like just the action sequences too was really cool in the beginning. But to me, I think that we're headed down a road that we're gonna have some really interesting conversations here. And it was kind of what I wanted. I was like, I don't want a simple show of just Falcon building up to getting the mantle and Bucky learning to understand that he has to live with his life and his choices and what he did during those times that he wasn't in control of himself. But instead, we're going to have a really, really, really interesting talk about race, about mental health, about PTSD, about all these things. And I'm looking at this as the foundation of what we're building upon. And I'm just looking so forward to this. Like, I have not spoken this highly about a Marvel MCU product in a really long time. In a really long time. And I'm just so looking forward to doing these reviews every week. If this is how we're heading down with this film, with this show.
Yeah, to put it shortly, if like you put discussions about race and trauma in it, Raul and I are definitely gonna it's definitely gonna pique our interest. We want to talk about what we're gonna be like, hey, what's going on? You want to talk about like person dynamics? I'm all about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that like I like where we're starting. I'm always gonna be hesitant about where we go and about the pacing and like how like I want us to keep this momentum. I wanted to keep going. Like we've been talking 30 minutes about this. I want to be this excited every week.
Yeah. Me too.
And also shout out to Torres. But Torres did the most American thing I've ever seen. Oh, I don't know how jurisdiction works, but you're under arrest.
Oh, I don't know how jurisdiction works, but you're under arrest. Oh my god, I love that. Was Killing the Starks a negative? Depending on who you ask. If you ask Tony himself, was it a negative? I think Tony says yes. If you ask the people who were getting their countries bombed, and I think they'd be like, no, it wasn't a negative. It was a pretty big positive. But I'm excited. Next week will be episode 2, and we'll discuss it. I'm pretty sure Brad will be here, so he'll give his thoughts on episode 1 and episode 2. But I've had a really fun time, Gio. We went longer than expected, but those Oscar noms did take a good amount of time. So thankfully, we were able to fill in some time there. Let them know where they can find you, bro.
Hey. You can follow me at MediaMartyr17 on Twitter. Just as the sun rises in one direction and sets in the other, my Twitter will sunrise and sunset in the same way every day because I'm a human and I need to sleep. There's a link. I'm trying to come up with a new bit other than the hi, didn't see you there. There's a link tree in the description for and you can find all the places I am or have been on the internet. I'm working on stuff in the background. I'm trying to figure out a way to schedule with some very busy people, being a busy person myself, in order to get things moving on the ground because my whole friend group is a bunch of content creators and I've had the bug my whole life, and so just like it grates on me every day that I'm not creating content when I'm surrounded by creators.
It's understandable, bro. Understandable. You can find me at the Nerd Chicano on both Instagram and Twitter. Twitch.tv/Nerd Chicano. Go and search up my name, Raul Alejandro Mendoza, on YouTube. You can find my YouTube channel there. On Monday, we are going to have the first episode of Between the Frames as we look at the film Antichrist, the first in the Depression trilogy from Lars von Trier. We'll be discussing the film, literally everything about the film. I'll give a review about it and stuff and give my thoughts. We'll talk about, technical aspects, visual aspects, and all the things that surround the film. And Brad is Random Germ 101 everywhere. Brad's so drunk. Brad is so drunk. And I'm thankful that Gio was able to stay with me here. And I'm gonna let him. We got one viewer, bro. It is Brad.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna be like, we could raid somebody, but if it's only one viewer, we love you, Brad. But I guess everybody else left because they haven't. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
We love you if you were
Love
here.
you. As always, it's been the Nerd Chicano. I've had a great time, and I'm signing off. Jill, don't let me down here, baby. Send him out. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So I lost my connection. Okay. I'm here now.
You want me to do
I'm
it
not
again?
Brad. I'm not gonna try to be Brad. Hey. So, hello. Am I here?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'm not Brad. I'm not gonna try to be Brad. I'm gonna do it my own way. One, thank you for watching. Raul, thank you for having me. Shout out to Raul and shout out to me, host. Shout out to the patrons. Thank you for being a patron so much. That's the one thing I forgot last time I did this. And to end it, I'm gonna say stop racism. Come on now. Like, we're literally living in a week in which like specifically I want to say stop. It's like, stop with the racism towards Asian American and Pacific Islanders, because and like we mourn for those who have been who were killed this week. Yeah, and but you know, like, as we fight for it, we continue to try to like have fun while doing it, because stepping on necks is pretty damn entertaining. Out.
Man, there you go with that bullshit.
Wrong one.
Uh-uh.